All right, thank you for attending the February 2025 energy work session. If you were not able to join, then do know that what we're going to talk about here is applicable to everyone. There is work that is being done on the collective level as well, um, but if you can attend, then it's more geared towards you. So as we go through it, we normally do. So the first song was, as usual, just raising everyone's vibrations, getting everyone like up where they needed to be so that they could be worked on. The second song was it was interesting. You could see that everyone had these like blooming flowers that were emanating like from the heart area and then out through the rest of the body. And then what I saw was that crown chakras were being worked on, like an activation. And then throat chakra was being worked on. So the crown chakra kind of like went out like a fan. Throat chakra looked really kind of like a river, sort of. And then what I realized was happening was that the flowers blooming was also a heart activation. So there's like the throat chakra is a bridge. So you have the 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 first three rays, right? Is it starts with throat, will of God, and then crown, um, and then heart, right? So I now I see why it was happening that way, right? So it starts with the heart, goes to the crown, but the throat is the bridge between the two. So all three were being activated. The third song, um, I was serving kind of like a vacuum. I get these uh, what I see to actually show what's happening, right? So I'm kind of like a vacuum where I'm pulling um, people's the pain, suffering, just so that it could all be transmuted. And that happened for a while, and then everyone was kind of filled with this crystal white light, beautiful, glowing crystal white light. Um, the next song was a falling to the knees. Um, it's like there's a saying when we do this work, um, we come on our knees, and it's basically because you're at a point where you're like, I don't know what else to do. I'm I'm desperate. Um, and so it was kind of like a falling to the knees, and where there's so many more people, not just those that were in attendance, that were just they're so ready to like be like, okay, like, even those that have been doing this for a long time, like it's, some dabble, some are more committed than others, but it was just more of like a, we're ready, we're gonna do this work. We're gonna do what needs to be done to see through what we need to see through, work on what we need to work on, um, and free ourselves from what binds us, which is, um, the attachments here, um, are really kind of what hold us. So the next song was, so the title of the song is "Die for Love." And what really was coming through was that, so it's when you're doing this work, right? You're using mind to dissolve mind. It's really working on death of ego, right? Mind is the lower self. We're working on basically killing it off. um, and once you have death of ego, now you can fully live from heart, right? So die for love is kind of, it was very fitting for what was happening. So it was letting go of the fears, the doubts, the insecurities, the worries, all of that. The next song was another lifting of everyone. Um, I turned into like an alchemist of sorts. There was a lot of ray work with the green ray, the violet ray, um, more transmutation and healing and releasing. Um, and then the next song was, oh, it was like this. It's like a. I was kind of more of like Phoenix, just burning through everyone, everything. Just I got super hot, burning through everything. Um, and like the Phoenix, it's a death and rebirth, right? Um, has to die for it to be reborn, that type of deal. Um, and the next song, so let's just go back to this whole die for love, the Phoenix rebirth. This is where we're at right now in the world out there. We are at a point of death and rebirth, and this was like kind of like a recurring thing. There was a lot of uplifting that kept happening, like, okay, now we're going to raise you another level, now we're going to raise you another level. It was like it's time for people to stop living from their ego minds and live from heart. um just very clear throughout. um okay, next song. um it was more of like an empowerment, again, a lifting empowerment, just keep moving. um you have to move forward from a very centered and balanced place. This is where you're going to find your joy in these times. The next song was another empowerment. This one was very soft but powerful. Um, it was, oh, and then it brought forward, for me, it brought forward this series, TV series, like Amazon series. And it was basically these chosen few who basically had to defeat the impossible, but it was defeating evil taking over. And really evil saying like, this is the way that it had, like a very rational reason of like, this is the way it has to be, this is order, this is, you know what I mean? It was like, but these chosen few were able to, and what linked these chosen few was their hearts, their love for each other, the bond that they had, recognizing that they, even though they were individuated, they worked as one. They realized that they were one, and that they were not separated, and they worked as one. um what else? Oh, and that, and this was also part of the series as well, but it was showing how there you are also getting help from. There's so many out there that are helping you. There's those that are incarnate, disincarnate, and those that are in the illumined worlds are also out there helping. And then last song was like one last lifting, letting go, cleansing. Um, just a very beautiful one, kind of like a, okay, we're done, this is our last little one. um and then that's it. And hopefully you can join us for our um what's next month? March, our March session. Thank you.